just to make sure.
Anybody here? Should I wait?
No, we're good. Let's go. Let's go, guys.
All right, Rob Kelly has an ankle sprain. He did not return. Josh Norman has a rib fracture. We'll get that evaluated later. Everett had a hamstring. Nicholson has an AC joint. Williams had a right knee sprain. I'm not sure which one it was. And then Dunbar had muscle cramps.
Yep. Obviously, down to the wire there, just too many little nagging things that kept you guys from pulling it off, the defensive penalties and things like that, or what do you kind of attribute this to?
Yeah, we had a lot of defensive penalties. We had neutral zone infractions, offsides. We had hands of the face on a ball that wasn't even close to the receiver. On the other side of the field, we had horse collar. We had too many penalties on defense against a very good football team, and can't give them more opportunities. You know, neutral zone was on 3rd and goal at the 1. You know, the face mask was on 3rd and 6 at the 30-yard line. Got them a touchdown. So gave them the opportunities. They took advantage. Hats off to Kansas City, and it's a well-coached team by Coach Reed.
Jay, can you walk us through the final play? Winds up going to Josh there. You guys have Jordan split out on the right, 3 receivers on the left. Can you kind of walk us through the play call and Kirk's decision-making there?
Yeah, we had a double move to to Jordan. He actually won, but Kirk thought he was getting doubled by the safety, and he worked Josh. Made a great opportunity throw for Josh. Josh almost had it, made unbelievable effort for the ball. Unfortunately, couldn't plug it in with hitting the ground.
Your offense was rolling early in that game. What changed? Was it something they were doing defensively? Rob obviously went out as well, which didn't help. So
Rob went out, and then Trent went out for about a series or two, which slowed us down in that series. And then that's good defense over there. You know, we're not going to go down there and just have 80-yard drives every snap, every series. But I think our guys did some good things. Kirk did some great things competing at the end as far as using his legs when he had to. The guys competed, man. I'm happy the way they competed. We just unfortunately didn't finish today.
How much, when Rob goes out like that, because of Samaje's a little bit more experience, how much does that change what you wanted to do?
It changes a little bit. You know, I think didn't change a whole lot, though, today because we didn't have a lot of opportunities with the ball today. You know, as opposed to last week, we were getting a lot of 3-and-outs and getting a lot of opportunities. This week, we were on the sidelines a lot, our offense. They had 26, 28 first downs, and when you're getting all those first downs, the clock's running. I don't know how many plays we had. It could have been more than 40, so didn't get any ops.
You used the timeout to ice the kicker. What kind of goes into the decision there? Maybe saving it for later.
I just thought I'd make him think about it a little bit. I mean, flip a coin on that. I just thought he was a rookie. Make him think about it a little bit.
The timeout you used before the play we talked about earlier, any decision-making in terms of the timing of that timeout there? Obviously, you want to get the play you want, but what was your kind of decision-making of taking that with some time still on the play clock?
Well, if we got the first down, we want to have time to score. I was thinking score, to be honest with you. I know he called a play that was meant to score, but we also had different options on the play. We could have checked it down and got the first down. So I was thinking I wanted to score, end the game right there. I want to leave ourselves plenty of time if we did get the first down.
2-2 at the bye. Which kind of your assessment of where you guys are?
500. And, it's good. The bye actually is coming good at a good time right now. We got a lot of guys banged up right now for some reason, and we got to get them healthy. Play San Francisco at home. Our guys had 4 or 5 days off, and hopefully they're in a right state of mind. This is the NFL's best team, supposedly at 4-0. Came up here to their place and gave them all they wanted, but we understand where we are, what we have to improve on, and move forward.
Thanks, Coach. We're bringing Kirk in right away, guys.
Yeah, I know. They just don't let us play. That's good.
that's your apartment, but I mean, you see that's someone swapped out.
Yeah, we'll need to do that. I will tell the person who puts those together.
Okay. Thank you.
Just you go stand back there. Yeah, just get that right over Kirk's shoulder.
And I'll just kind of pop up whenever the logo pops up.
Whisper in his ear to the question.
Yeah.
He's a man. Like Joe, that's why he got that big gig.
That's my last chance to be like good at my job. I'm like, what the hell am I thinking? Trying to go toe to toe with Shaq right now.
Dude, you got this. Totally gonna like all your stuff.
Thank you. I need somebody to.
Tons of retweets. It's just gonna be like bam, 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 bam.
Congrats on that, by the way. Thank you. You get to
Chill in Eastern Shore still?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'll be working there and then, working from home and then traveling like midweek to Charlotte or
So
Boston.
you're still gonna have to drive to where a real airport is.
I can go. I want to go to Charlotte a lot because I can go from Salisbury to Charlotte
Okay.
in 45 minutes. Just hoping the Panthers end up being good.
That nice hometown airport with one terminal.
Yeah, it's like you go through the gate like this and you're right there. Seriously, this side of the airport.
Oh, hey, buddy, come on in.
Good old Salisbury, Maryland.
So do the pilots also work at desk?
Maybe TSA official.
The pilots come back, take turns, and hand you your drinks. come on, Johnny, let's go. And so he
You
said,
help him with quick pass on? Here you go. Take that for the team, like.
You can fire away, Mike.
well, you guys had some opportunities there. That drive there, what kind of went through your head as you guys kind of went down? They had to throw to Josh that was so close there.
Yeah.
You ran, did a lot of scrambling. What do you kind of take away from that way it ended?
I think you said it. The key was to get in field goal range and, you know, and then try to score from there and end the game. And, you know, we just didn't hit that third down play. And, you know, we'll go back and look at a couple other plays throughout the game that it could have made a big difference. But all in all, you know, we played well. I was pleased that there were so few penalties on offense. We played pretty mistake-free. And I think in a lot of ways, you know, showed some maturity from that standpoint. But, you know, tough one to lose. We felt like we had a chance there and didn't get it done.
What did you see on that play to Josh where he couldn't quite make it? Looks like you had a couple of different options there.
Yeah, you know, Jordan Reed was open as well on my right side, and there really was no safety. The safety came down low and was just looking to double anybody who came across the middle, and just took my chance with Josh. And you know, we didn't complete it, but you know, that's where you go back on the plane home and you talk about, you know, could I work Jordan? Should I work Jordan? You know, those are the games you play always. Whether you win or lose, you go back and look at how can I be better. And you know, certainly after a tough loss like this, you're gonna go back and have some hindsight there and look at what you could have done.
Kirk, can you try to describe the last 72 hours? You have about as emotional of a life event as you could have, and then about as emotional of a football game as you can have. They're obviously very different, but what has your last 72 hours been like?
Well, I think in this league, man, the 16-week season is a grind, and it's not for the faint of heart. And you got to be mentally, physically, emotionally tough. And you know, nobody feels sorry for you if you aren't. So you know, you just try to stay the course and be really tough-minded, and whatever gets thrown at you, just take it in stride. And feel very blessed, very fortunate to be in the position I'm in for so many different reasons. I could waste time this whole press conference talking about how fortunate I am, and you know, I'm going to be able to spend some time in the bye week appreciating that and holding my son.
You guys got off to a really hot start, went cold just a little bit. Was
Yeah.
that things that they were taking away from you guys,
Yeah.
or was the injuries like Rob and Trent? What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, it was frustrating because we felt like we got off to a great start in the game and had a lot of good plays, and then suddenly, you know, we just couldn't sustain. We kept flipping the field. You know, we would get to the midfield or whatever, we get going, and then we couldn't turn it into points or a longer drive. And I look at it as, you know, third down conversions. You know, they were like 8 of 13 on third down, and we were like 4 of 11. And I just think if we had, you know, converted a few more of those makeable third downs, you know, we stay on the field longer, time possessions improve, we give our defense a break, and who knows. But we weren't able to continue to convert third downs, and I think that hurt us. And then, you know, in the third quarter, we ran so few plays, and it was just a unique game the way it ebbed and flowed.
It looks like you handled the crowd noise pretty well. I mean, I don't think you had any false starts. You didn't don't think you got sacked.
Yeah.
No holding calls. Is that like a sign of growth for this offense that you were able to do that?
I do take encouragement from the fact that we were a more mature offense tonight in a hostile environment. We didn't beat ourselves, and I appreciated that. I thought it showed a lot about you know, our team's preparation, our detail that we cover in practice, and trying to be ready for what is a tough environment.
You've talked about wanting to kind of pick your spots and use your legs just a little bit more.
Yeah.
You wound up doing it a lot.
Yeah, more at the end of the game. But when teams play man coverage, that's when you really have an opportunity to run because, you know, guys are chasing their man and they don't have eyes on you. And, you know, they did a good job taking some people away and doubling some people, and really all I had was to run. And, you know, I think that's an area of my game that I can use more. I think it's there for the taking if I, you know, get through a progression and don't find anything, you know, take off and run rather than throw it away.
Can you recall another quarter like the third? I think you guys ran 4 offensive plays. And what are the challenges of, especially with halftime, of it being the third quarter, that you're basically not playing for that long?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the Chiefs being able to convert third downs and stay on the field. You know, they had good methodical drives with a lot of plays, and it chewed up a lot of clock. And, you know, I think that's why they're an undefeated football team, because they do some really good things, too, on offense, and kept the ball out of our hands. And, you know, we scored so quickly in the third quarter that it also put our defense right back on the field. So it's just the ebb and flow of the game and the way it works. And, we'd love to have those explosive plays, but when you aren't having them, that's where you got to be able to convert those third downs.
Quarter of the season's done. You guys are 2-2. How do you kind of assess where your team is now?
Well, I like our team. I think we're better than people probably thought we would be at the start of the season, and there's no point in really saying that because we're going to have 12 weeks to, either prove me right or prove me wrong. But I think, from our team psyche, I think we're going to enjoy our bye week, get rested, get healed up, and I think we're going to come back with a vengeance and try to make this, as good of a 12 weeks as we can. We're excited about the group of guys we have. We just got to stay together, hopefully stay as healthy as we can, and continue to play mature, smart football.
I'm sure it doesn't happen during the game, but watching back on film, do you ever go, holy crap, Vernon Davis is 33 years old?
Yeah. I do it a lot of practice. Yeah, you guys don't sit in the quarterback room with me, but we say that to each other that, this guy, we call him El Caballo because he's like a thoroughbred the way he runs down the field. And we always talk about his hamstrings and how they're like the hamstrings of a 19-year-old. So special player, but I keep going back to he's a great player, but he's a better person. He's not a guy who acts entitled. He's a guy who could, at his age and his experience level. He just is very humble, very hungry, and is just a fun guy to play football with because he isn't a drain in any way.
Thanks, Kirk.
All right, thank you.
Last day is ugly.
Really?